The Olympics. A celebration of human achievement. Blood, sweat, tears. It's all about pushing the limits of what the human body can achieve. Usain Bolt defying physics on the track. Michael Phelps gliding through water like a human torpedo. Gymnasts twisting and turning in a blur of athleticism. Motorsports? Well, they're a little different, aren't they? Yes, drivers need incredible skill, reactions, and bravery. But let's be honest, the machine plays a much bigger role. A top athlete in a rubbish car won't win anything. This fundamental difference, the reliance on technology over pure human ability, is a major sticking point for motorsports in the Olympics. The Olympics are about the athlete, not the equipment. And let's not forget the sheer danger. The Olympics have their share of risks, sure. Bobsleigh looks terrifying. But crashing at 200 miles per hour is a whole different ballgame. Another hurdle for motorsports is the issue of standardization. The Olympics thrive on a level playing field. A 100-meter track is a 100-meter track, whether you're in London or Rio. Motorsports? Not so much. F1 cars are technological marvels, constantly evolving. Different teams, different budgets, different performance. Then you've got rally cars, touring cars, NASCAR, each with its own set of rules and regulations. How do you compare a rally driver sliding through a Finnish forest to an F1 driver navigating Monaco's tight streets? It's like comparing apples and oranges. Or maybe a Ferrari and a Ford Fiesta. This lack of standardization makes it incredibly difficult to create a fair and meaningful competition on an Olympic scale. And fairness, as we know, is kind of important in sport. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room: safety. The Olympics, for all their thrills and spills, are relatively safe. Motorsports? Not so much. These guys and girls are pushing themselves and their machines to the absolute limit. High speeds, tight corners, unforgiving barriers. Crashes are inevitable, and when they happen, they can be spectacular. While safety has improved drastically, the inherent danger remains, and the Olympics, quite rightly, prioritize the well-being of their athletes. Putting drivers in a position where a mistake could be fatal just doesn't sit well with the Olympic spirit. Imagine the headlines: Olympic gold medalist killed in horrific F1 crash. Not exactly the kind of publicity the Olympics are after. The logistical nightmare of burning rubber. Let's talk logistics. Hosting an Olympic Games is a massive undertaking. Venues, accommodation, transportation, the list goes on. Now imagine trying to squeeze in a Formula One race. First, you need a track. Not just any track, mind you, a proper F1 circuit. These things are long, expensive, and come with their own set of safety requirements. Then there's the paddock, the garages, the hospitality suites. It's a logistical nightmare. And don't even get me started on the cost. F1 is notoriously expensive. Teams, drivers, sponsors, it all adds up. The Olympics are already stretching the budgets of host cities. Adding motorsports to the mix would be like adding fuel to the fire. So, while it might be exciting to see Lewis Hamilton going for gold, the practicalities of hosting such an event make it highly unlikely. The green hurdle, exhaust fumes, and the environment. Let's be honest, motorsports and the environment haven't always seen eye to eye. The roar of engines, the smell of burning rubber, not exactly what Greta Thunberg had in mind. The Olympics, on the other hand, are increasingly focused on sustainability, reducing their carbon footprint, using renewable energy, promoting environmental awareness. It's a far cry from the gas-guzzling world of motorsports. Now, to be fair, things are changing. Formula E, with its electric cars, is leading the charge towards a more sustainable future. But traditional motorsports, with their reliance on fossil fuels, still have a long way to go. Until motorsports can clean up their act, their inclusion in the Olympics remains a distant dream. A virtual finish line, motorsports, esports, and the future of competition. Interestingly, while motorsports stall at the Olympic starting line, esports have zoomed past and taken a virtual victory lap. Yes, competitive gaming is now a recognized sport, with medals up for grabs. This begs the question, could virtual motorsports be the answer? No safety concerns, no logistical headaches, and a much smaller carbon footprint. Plus, it opens up the competition to a whole new generation of drivers. It might not be the same as the real thing, but virtual racing could be the key to finally getting motorsports a seat at the Olympic table. And who knows, maybe one day we'll be watching gamers battle it out for gold in a virtual Monaco Grand Prix. Until then, motorsports will have to settle for being the adrenaline